Good morning. It's Shay in Silver Lake. It's 7:30. It's 17 degrees. High's going to be 57 and it's October 18th. Okay, I have to put you down for a second because I took my glove on. Did you hear how crunchy that was? It's because of the frost. Ooh. Sorry. See, I put it on top of that thing and it was the frost. I'm not going to uncover these yet. Look how frozen. Everything is so cold. It is so cold. I'm wearing half my closet. And it's a good thing I did not throw. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to throw away my one pair of snow pants that I hate because when I walk, it goes. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I can't even tell you how much I hate it. So I was like, all summer long, I was convincing myself to throw them away. And now that I step out here, I'm like, oh, no. Like, no. It is so cold. It was like actually snowing a little bit yesterday, but there's no snow on here. Let's see, there's some frost on this. Oh my gosh, it is so cold. So yesterday, I didn't do anything because it was cold all day. Well, oh my gosh, look at the moon. How beautiful that is. I worked on those 4 o'clocks. These will probably be toast now. I worked on the 4 o'clocks and for some reason in my mind, I told myself, oh, this is going to be so easy. It's not easy. I'm going to stand over here in the sun because it is so cold. I did not work on that at all. Oh, it is so cold. I can't even believe how cold it is. I did notice yesterday that there was like little sprinkles of snow, like just barely in the air here and there, like you had to catch them just right. It was early in the morning, and I saw it in the afternoon too when I was heading towards Gilcrest because I had to drive my neighbor over there. And so I did notice like a little tiny bit, and then driving home at 8 at night last night, it was like 27 degrees. I was like, oh, it's gonna be cold. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And it was cold. I came in, I told my son, I'm like, why didn't you turn the heater on? He's like, the heater's been on. I was like, Usually I have to bust out 2 heaters for the really cold nights, you know, to keep and then I get at like 1 level. Then during the daytime when the sun's hitting the side of the house and it helps heat, and I can drop it down to 1. So this year is supposed to be a little bit different because I finished that wall because I didn't have a wall. And I live this is a 60-foot garage, and 20 feet by 20 feet is like this little dry cabin that I have. And I had like a partial wall, but I didn't, and then I just had a bunch of curtains and sheets and blankets that were hanging that was like in between. And then I cannot find a construction person anywhere out here. So I just had to keep watching a bunch of YouTube videos and stuff like that. And plus I don't have a truck. So getting supplies, I had to get the smallest ones that I could get in my car. And I got lucky and I found somebody that was just happy to go to Christmas Valley, which means I don't get to pick where I get to buy my wood. I have to pay more expensive because I don't get to go get it myself. So I was able to get some 9-foot 2x4s, and I think I got 5 of those. Or no, I think I got 7 of them because I was like wanting to make sure that I had a couple extra. And I hung 2, 3, 4, 5. I hung 5. Oh no, I must got 8 because I have 3 left. So I hung 5. No, 5, 6. So I must have gotten 9 because I have 3 left over. And I laid one on the ground in between because it was a 9-foot gap by 9-foot gap. And I don't have an electric saw or whatever, so I had to, like, all I had was this really old hacksaw. So I sawed with that, so it took me quite a while to saw off, like, a couple inches. And then I hung all those. I must have gotten 10 boards because now that I'm thinking, because I had 2 doors, 2 closet doors. So I hung those like regular doors on either end of the gap. And then then Dave had a piece of old drywall that was like all messed up on all 4 corners, but the center piece was okay. And that was enough to fill in part of the middle gap. And then I had a piece that was left over here when I moved here. There was just a couple pieces of drywall that was old too, but I carefully hung that. And then I mudded in between all the gaps. So this year, the cold air won't be blowing into the room from the garage because the air comes this way and then there's a double garage on the end. And the wind would blow really hard and then it would just blow my curtains. It wouldn't matter how heavy of blankets. I put dressers, all kinds of stuff in front of that gap where I just barely had a walkway. Did all kinds of stuff and it never worked. But this year it's got a solid wall. And so I'm hoping that will do some change. And I'm going to start each month buying a couple rolls of insulation so that I can insulate the ceiling. It's got really thick plywood for my ceiling that I painted white, but it's like really thick plywood. And I also mudded in between every single crack and then painted the ceiling twice, like really thickly. But I want to put insulation up above it. And I think that would make a lot of difference for me. And my dream would to be have like a little sunroom porch thing on one side with the little wood stove. But obviously I'm not a builder, so, you know. Keep dreaming, girl. Just keep dreaming. It's never gonna happen. So I just do what I can, figure out myself. And I did that whole wall by myself. It did take me several days of trying to figure it out. And then I made like a couple mistakes. But luckily, where my mistakes were, and I didn't notice them at first, but when I was going back over a few YouTube videos, I figured it out. And luckily, the mistakes that I made were easily corrected. Whew. And I fixed one already. The other one, I'm just being lazy. Because I'm just like, oh man, I don't want to saw another board. So I was just going to wait. Because it's not like, it's not making any kind of a difference. So, whatever. Makes no difference. And I also purchased a nice handsaw and a little hacksaw that's much easier for me to use. And I tested it out by fixing one of those mistakes, and it was pretty fast. It was much better than what I was doing. So it's like, oh my goodness. I know. If we could just find a retired handyman that I can pay, But getting anybody out here is ridiculous. That's the one thing. It's all cowboys, no construction people. Which is crazy, because Bandon, mostly all construction people, no cowboys. Like, what the heck? So I did learn a lot from, being around the guys, but not enough, apparently. Anyway, it is super cold here. The high's only going to be 57, but it's going to be a lot warmer than yesterday. Yesterday was only 47. So, we'll see what's going on. I think I'm going to go in and make myself some breakfast. Been up for a while, but, didn't want to move from the warm spot. Now, my hands are like frozen, and I'm wearing double gloves. Psh. Doesn't seem to matter. Cold, cold, cold. Alright, peace, love, and happiness. May peace be with you always. Have a wonderful day, week, hour, month, second. Lifetime, month, week, year. Anyway, I will... Been uploading a lot of shorts. I gotta clean my phone off again. Somehow I got a whole bunch more shorts on there. And I gotta get them off. So, I'm going to be working on uploading a bunch of shorts videos of dogs, horses, random stuff. I even think I have one of a pig. So, I will talk to you guys later. Alrighty, bye. Okay, wait.